So remember a couple weeks ago when I talked about how nice the weather was? Well, yeah, it got colder. So we had snow. On Monday, they got about a foot down here. It was warm all week, but we still got piles left where the roof runoff was. And then come back out and we found a number of trees at the road that were knocked over, and got one over here that snapped. So my father-in-law was thinking it was a microburst, but we didn't have any thunderstorms, so I doubt it was that. It's probably the weight of the snow that broke the tree branches. So we have to cut this one straight ahead down, and two at the road that are going to need to be knocked down. And I don't see any other damage, but yeah, we'll have to take care of that. We got more building materials. We're going to start laying out the pillars, support posts for the guest cabin, and maybe get the beams in place and see what we can get done on the framing. Got my youngest daughter with me. My oldest daughter and my wife are out Girl Scout camping, which is kind of more like a luxury camping. So we will. I have my youngest daughter, which should cut my productivity down to about 10%. So we'll see how much we get done this weekend. But we're staying overnight. We're gonna go check out the farm auction down the hill from us. The cattle auction going on. She wants to see the cows, so we're gonna go do that right now. Well, it's still early and they still have cows. So once I start working, I'll get some more video. So we're waiting for a call on some gravel, and we figured before we get on any of that stuff, we'll take care of the last couple of trees we need to take care of. So we're gonna get this one out, so we get the big one behind it out. Because it's rotten half the way up. So time for work. So we dropped the big rotten one right where we wanted it. Now it's going to clean up. It was twisty. They had these big sections of rot. It was too close to the cabin for me to let it fall by itself. So we're going to chainsaw and we're going to start bucking it. So yesterday I didn't get too much work done. With my daughter up, and I had a long week. I was tired. Kind of took a nap at 3 o'clock and didn't really get to start working after that. But we got some gravel from area across the road, and we're starting to lay out the concrete pilasters we're going to be putting the 4x4s into to support the building. We dig a hole out, fill the bottom of the hole with the gravel, and then put the pilasters on top. And the reason we do it this way is for permitting. It is not considered a permanent structure because it's not attached to the ground. So you don't need a permit then. And we're building it so that it is a half porch, half cabin. Porch will be relative, it'll be kind of enclosed, but basically a porch to get around all that. So yeah, we're just getting started here. A couple hours, I'll check back in. I didn't do too many video updates, and we're still kind of working along here. I'll show you what I got done so far. The first beam up and squared and leveled, and then second beam is up, and now we're going to be putting in these types of cross pieces here to keep them square to each other. And what this is the support for the floor joists, because it'll be 10 foot across between these, this one here, and one more over here. It'll be 10 feet across, and the building will be 12 feet across. So there'll be a foot overhang on each side. And the lengthwise, these are the same length as the building. So this is basically the foundation system. You can see how we put the pilasters down over there. We dug a hole out down to there's some hard clay down. Dug to that, put down the rock, and put the pilasters down, and then level everything up. And it's the way we built the tool shed. It seems to work. They said it's not considered a permanent structure then, because it is not permanently affixed to the ground. So it's a permitting gimmick. But we need to pick up some more 4x4s. And my daughter does not like the gnats. Lots of gnats out again. Here she comes. Watch your step. There she goes. So let me get back to work. We're cutting up some the 3 more cross pieces we need so we can do this exact same thing here. And this locks everything in to being square. I always say I build everything farmer square. If it's within about 1/4 of an inch when I'm done, I'm fairly happy. Yeah, the floor joists will be more important because we're going to be plywooding this time, and yeah, you want that to be square. But this right here being underneath, being square is nice and definitely helpful. But if it's a little bit off, we can make do and compensate on the next level. There she goes again. She's not liking these gnats at all. So we're going to finish this up, and then when I'm all done, I'll do one more little video here. Okay. Just finished cleaning up. So we got 2 of the 3 beams in place. Like I said, here's the cross bracing. It makes it very, very tight. We're figuring that we probably don't need to put any in the middle. If it starts to get wobbles, we'll go ahead and anyways put this one piece here to keep the spacing even. But if it looks like it starts to wobble, I'll go ahead and add another one at least on one side or the other. But yeah, for not being actually sunk in the ground, it's fairly tight. I rock my knee into it. Doesn't move. So if the floor joists are going to go on this, and yeah, so we got to order more. We got to pick up at least 3 more 4x4s for the supports for the last beam to go up, and then we'll put the order in for 2x6s for the floor joists, because we figure because it's only a 5-foot span, we can get away with 2x6s instead of having to go with 2x8s. Yeah, my head's splitting. So it's 4 o'clock. Weather today was actually not half bad. It was a hard freeze overnight, but it got into the 50s today. Gnats came out once they got around 10:30 or so, which they kind of stink. You know, didn't get as much done as we wanted to, we got this all taken care of, and then we got some of the wind damaged trees taken care of. We also got that one last poplar I wanted to get out over on my place down. So yeah, for having my helper along this weekend, it's not a bad 48 hours worth of work. She doesn't quite like the insects this time of the year. Once the gnats go away, she's much happier, and they'll go away in about another month or two. They get a lot thinner. But yeah. So until next week or next time, I'm not sure if we'll cut out next week or not. Thanks for watching.